Hey there everyone, it is Maria Young here, and I sure do thank you guys so much for hanging out with me right here at My Orchid Adventures. So what we're going to be doing in this episode is I'm going to show you some pretty neat items that we did find at our last orchid hunting adventure that we did at a local flea market here in Orlando. And I'm going to be showing you each and every individual item. I'm going to tell you exactly how much I paid for them, and I'm going to show you and tell you exactly what I plan on doing with them. So with that being said, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get this orchid haul party started, and we're gonna do it right now. Bam, 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 and boom. Okay, so for the first items that I do have to show you are these three wonderful bird cages right here. And you guys already know that I do have quite a fetish for bird cages, and I also have quite a fetish for growing orchids right in them. Okay guys, and let's go ahead and focus on this very adorable little cage right here. And as you can see, this adorable little cage also comes with its adorable little bird right inside of there. And what's so great about this cage right here is the fact that you can open it from the back side and easily put your orchid right in here. And of course, because it's a bird cage, it does have this bird cage like trellis that will allow your orchids to grow on the outside and also the inside of this cage. So how phenomenal and great, amazing display for your orchid. Now this bird cage right here is just so absolutely beautiful and intricately designed, as you can see with how this cage is actually created. And the great thing about this, it's also easy access to the inside as well, placing your plant easily into the center of this bird cage. But you know what I actually plan on doing? Instead of actually putting a plant inside, because it is so intricately designed and because the roots will absolutely love to latch onto each and every one of these details of how the cage comes together, I'm gonna actually mount orchids on the outside of this. I think it'll make such a wonderful display that way. What do you guys think? And will you guys take a look at this pretty big bird cage right here? This is pretty humunga dunga, considering that this is going to be an orchid display. So whatever orchid that we are placing in here has to be pretty humunga dunga itself to make a well-balanced display. So what do you guys think I should actually put in here? This big waterfall of an orchid right here is actually what I do plan on putting into that big bird cage. Only problem is this is pretty huge and the canes are pretty long, and I don't want to break any of these canes. So that is definitely what I am most concerned about. So I have to ask you guys, what do you think? It would make such an incredible display. Imagine that hanging up high, and where these canes flow again like a waterfall right out of this cage. What do you guys think? Is it worth the risk? Repot or not is the question. Oh, and before I forget, let me go ahead and tell you exactly how much these bird cages cost. So for these two bird cages right here, I bought them as a set from the same vendor. He actually had them as $8 a piece, of course $16 for both, and that's a bit pricey. I did manage to talk him down to $6 a piece, $12 for both, which still is pretty pricey for me, being that they're used. But because I wanted them so bad, I did put out and shell out the extra buckaroonies, and I still believe I got a great deal. And for this humunga dunga wunga of a bird cage right here, I only paid 2 buckaroonies. So indeed, this one gets 2 green thumbs up from me. And this piece right here is a very interesting ornamental decoration that you will normally find inside of an aquarium. And I do have to tell you, I love the appeal that it resembles some form of coral material. And if we take a close look, you will actually see that it's very rocky-like in texture, making it easy for the orchid roots to attach on this. And this is very heavy. It does have quite some weight to it, so you don't have to worry about this falling over and being easy to knock down. Definitely would make quite an interesting and beautiful orchid display. And there's so many wonderful areas where you can actually put your orchids. So indeed, I just think this is really, really great to mount your orchids on. And I can't believe I only paid $1 for this, because you can actually look to find something like this for 25 buckaroonies or up. So indeed, I saved a great deal on this wonderful find. And this right here, believe it or not, is gutter guard. You will find this material being used to exactly do what it says: guard your gutter from leaves and other debris that might clog up your gutter. But take a look at this material. Wouldn't it be pretty neat to make some form of container or mount out of these? So that is exactly what I plan on doing, and I've already started with this very basic container pot right here. But indeed, the sky is the limit, just as long as you have some phenomenal material you can use. So let's see exactly what we can come up with this gutter guard. And I only paid $1 for both of these material right here. That is about 20 feet, and they do stand 6 inches high. So we're gonna get a lot of material out of this, and for just $1 unbelievable, guys. Now these right here are actually just materials and fabrics that I want to use for an experiment. Are you guys ready for yet another experiment? Because we're gonna have lots of them, guys. But anyways, these are just fabrics that I really wanted to look into. This is a form of towel right here. And yes, can you imagine what we can do with this? And also this right here is some form of drying pad. It's just like a cloth, except it's a little bit more thick and spongy as well. I got this at the dollar store that was at the flea market. So it's the flea market dollar store. So indeed, that's how much I paid for these brand new items, and not a bad deal for what I need them for. And will you guys take a look at this? This is something that I'm very, very excited about. And can you believe I only paid $1 for this? Without the very beautiful orchids, of course. This is actually something that I just could not resist. I could not hold off on, because I was very excited about this basket display right here. Oh my gosh, it just has so many twists, so many turns, interwoven, interlocked, definitely many different dimensions, many different ways the orchid can latch onto and also intertwine and create an even more wondrous display. I am going to keep this bare rooted. I just believe it is just so beautiful, and the outcome of this is going to be phenomenal. Now this basket right here, which I believe is some form of grapevine basket, I only paid $1 for, and I just believe it is so incredible. And for $1 another green thumb, of course, duh. And doesn't she hang quite nicely right in my orchid kennel? Okay folks, so for this right here, I have no earthly or orchid worldly idea on what the heck this thing is, other than what the lady told me she thought it was, and also other than the fact that it is pretty neat in its appearance and for what I think I will be using it for. So at first I thought that this could be some form of dryer, maybe if you were going to dry your silverware or dishes. And then of course she had said that this is some form of shoe cleaner, but I did look this up trying to find another one because I would like to get several of these, but I could not find this as a shoe cleaner either. So I don't know if this is actually what it would be used for. All I do know is it is pretty strong and sturdy, because take a look at this, guys. It holds me right up without any problems. So yes, indeed, this can hold some good amount of weight, and which I also believe that it can probably hold some pretty neat orchids as a display as well. And because of the hundreds and hundreds of needle points that we have right here, and the flexibility of moving the needle points about, you can actually just insert the orchid in here, or actually some media. Some sphagnum moss or some bark would work rather well in inserting. Now also, if we turn it to the back, you will see that the back side is pretty holy as well. So definitely a good area where water would just simply go right through. Definitely nice aeration throughout this entire piece. making this what I believe a perfect, very unique, and very interesting mount. So that is what I plan on using this whatever the heck this is piece right here. And what's wonderful about this is you can actually display it however you want to. You can display it like this, horizontal, vertical, and you could also have this hanging up somewhat like a basket where you could have your orchids in here as well, just like that. And because of these piney needle points right here and how close together they are and the fact that they are flexible, I believe that you would not even have to tie the orchid in here. You could actually push it right in here and it would hold it securely in place. So yeah, this is going to be pretty neat and interesting. If you guys know what this is, let me know. And if you guys know where else I can find some more of these, please let me know that as well, because this might be a new way that I may be growing a lot of my orchids as well. And I almost forgot to tell you guys, I did pay $2 on this. So definitely, I believe because of how unique and pretty interesting this is going to be, I believe this is quite a great deal on this. And last but most definitely not least is this incredible find that I did get at the flea market. But this is one of those pieces as well that I could not hold off, and I couldn't wait to get an orchid all up in the mix, in which I did. So let's go ahead and take a look at this arrangement. So this beautiful and interesting home decor decoration piece right here really is quite amusing. And again, I just could not wait to get an orchid in here. So I did place this Vanda right in here. That's my Vanda tatsuri, one of my favorite orchids. And I do believe it makes quite an interesting display. Now the vase is what I purchased at the flea market, and believe it or not, I did get this for 5 buckaroonies, and this actually stands at about 2 feet, almost 3 feet tall. So it is a pretty large vase-like display. And the vase piece is actually made of wicker, and it also has that metal wiring in there as well. And it's being held by this particular plant stand right here, which is really great for an orchid that has these very long and trailing roots, such as the Vandas, because what'll happen is once this gets too long and starts kind of flowing onto the ground, of which we do not want, and then in a case like that, it would be a simple removing this from the plant stand, and then you can actually hang this piece and use it as an ornamental hanger. So yes, indeed, this would make quite an incredible piece at any stage of this Vanda's life. And you guys do know, I do have to ask you, what do you think about that? And didn't I tell you guys you can find some pretty phenomenal deals for your orchids? And there you have it, folks. That is an absolute orchid hunting adventure haul wrap. Now you guys are gonna have to let me know exactly what you thought of this haul. Also let me know exactly which ones of these items were your favorite, and if you've seen an item and you think that there is a better use for them, then please let me know that as well, and please post those comments below. And I'm going to be showing you each and every individual item. I'm going to be telling you. And then I'm going to show you exactly what motorcycles are best and safe for this 2019 year. And there you have it, folks. That is an orchid hunting adventure haul wrap. Now you guys are going to have to let me know exactly what you think about that stupid motorcycle that actually interrupted this video. As a matter of fact, the only feeling that I feel for it is that never mind. I should be nice. I should be nice. We're talking about our beloved orchids. See how miraculous they are? Even when we go from 0 to 100, They have this calming, soothing effect. And that's exactly why we need our orchids, wouldn't you say? And I also hope that this video has inspired you to expand your horizon when it comes to growing and also displaying your orchids. I do hope you learned something new from this video and that you liked it. And if you did, please be sure to like, share, and also subscribe. And don't forget to turn that bell notification button on so you guys will know exactly when I do post a new video. And with that being said, you guys already know that I truly do love and appreciate each and every one of you guys all. And I will see you guys later, and I'll also grow with you guys later as well. Bye bye for now. Mwah.